Each week, American Artifacts takes you to museums and historic places. From the founding of the United States, George Washington encouraged the creation of a botanic garden in the nation's capital that would inspire and educate citizens on plants and their uses. This vision was realized in 1820 when Congress created the U.S. Botanic Garden on the Capitol grounds. The most recent addition, the National Garden, features plants of the Mid-Atlantic, including a rose garden and regional garden. Plant curator Bill McLaughlin explained the history and use of some of the country's indigenous plants by Native Americans, colonials, and others.
Bayberry and Wax Myrtle got their names from early colonial use. Think about it, there was no electricity back then, so the wax-laden fruits were boiled. The wax would come up to the top of the pot, they'd skim that off and use it to make candles. So this was a source of light in our early colonial days. It's very aromatic, and actually sometimes the foliage is even used as a sort of pungent seasoning in some dishes, sort of a bay leaf substitute. There are lots of goldenrods native in the United States, but this one is called Solidago Adoro, and the odor part of it comes from the fact that the foliage actually is scented of anise or licorice. This was actually made into an herbal tea, and it was exported in the 1800s, I believe right up to about the 1930s, even to China. And actually it's got a little bit of history because after the Revolution and the Boston Tea Party, Americans looked for native sources for herbal beverages, and this was one of the favorites. What they were really doing was copying the Native Americans who had already discovered that it was tasty, very nice for the stomach, and so they used it to get down harsher medicinal teas. This is called the common hop tree or wafer ash tree. The little wafer-like fruits that it makes are attractive enough on their own right, but they were actually used as a substitute for making homemade brews back in colonial times. So it was used as a hop substitute, and hence the name hop tree.
You can watch this and other American Artifacts programs anytime by visiting our website at cspan.org/history.